Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you play a song called My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. And we're going to start off on an F sharp minor chord. When we play F sharp minor, normally you do this as a 2nd fret bar, 3rd finger on the A string on the 4th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F sharp minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the pinky and kind of making that an F sharp minor 7. Or you could even add the pinky in on the B string on the 5th fret, and that could be a cool F sharp minor 7. And then from the F sharp minor, we're going to be going to a B7 chord. There's a couple different ways you could play B7. You can do it 1st finger on the D string on the 1st fret, a 2nd finger on the A string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the pinky on the high E on the 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B7 chord, and it sounds really nasty. Now you could also kind of take the 3rd finger and lay it over the G, B, and E and make that a B9. Or if you're digging on that 2nd fret bar, you could do the 1st finger across the entire 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and the pinky on the B string on the 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that's another way you can play your B7. And from the B7, we go back to F sharp minor, and then we go back to B7, and then we go back to F sharp minor, and then we go back to B7, and then we go back to F sharp minor, and then back to B7, and then we go to an E major chord on our intro. And the way you play E major, 1st finger goes to the 1st fret on the G string, 2nd finger on the A string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the D string 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the E major, we're going to be going to a C sharp minor. And normally you do this as a 4th fret bar, 2nd finger on the B string 5th fret, 3rd finger on the D string 6th fret, pinky on the G string 6th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C sharp minor chord. Now you can also kind of lift off the pinky and make that a C sharp minor 7. And then from the C sharp minor, we go back to E major, and then we go back to C sharp minor, and then we go back to E major. And then there's this cool change, D diminished chord, where you could do the 1st finger across the entire 4th fret, and then 3rd finger is going to go to the D string on the 6th fret, pinky on the B string on the 6th fret, and the 2nd finger is going to get added in on the A string on the 5th fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, you'll get your clearest sound with that, and that's called a D diminished chord. And then from the D, there's this really quick change where you could just lift off the 2nd finger, and that makes that a C sharp 7. And it's kind of like a down up on those two chords, actually. It's kind of a punctuation on the intro to lead into our first verse, which is the same progression. Now, a lot of times with a song like this, though, I like to use something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up, which you could completely get to work. So if you took the F sharp minor and just kind of tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. So we tried that through that intro, we'd have the F sharp minor, down, up, down, up, B7, down, up, down, up, F sharp minor, down, up, down, up, B7, down, up, down, up, F sharp minor, down, up, down, up, B7, down, up, down, up, E major, C sharp minor, E major, C sharp minor, E major, then we got our D diminished, C sharp 7 to lead into our verse part. Now there's this cool variation on that strum pattern through the song where you'll kind of hear the F sharp minor with kind of a down, 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 up, down, and then you can hit the B7 for the up, down, and then a down, up, down, up. So you kind of dig on that. You have down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, kind of splitting the chords that way. So if you we tried that through that first verse. We'd have F sharp minor, down, down, up, down, B7. Then we'll be going into our next verse. We'll be repeating that form. Now something else I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, you can add in a bass note for the chord. On the F sharp minor, you have a low E for the bass. On the B7 you have the A for the bass. On the E major you'd have low E for the bass. And on the C sharp minor you'd have the A for the bass. So we tried kind of adding basses in for that next verse. You'd have the F sharp minor, B7, F sharp minor, B7, F sharp minor, B7, F sharp minor, B7, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, E major, D sharp diminished, C sharp 7. Then we go into kind of a bridge part, actually. It kind of transitions us into a new key. And we start off on F sharp minor and the B7, and we end up repeating that 4 times just like our verse. And then we go to our E major chord, but then we kind of stay on our E major. And then we change that E to an E7. You could kind of lift off the 3rd finger and make that an E7 chord, or you could take the pinky and add it in on the B string 3rd fret, and kind of give that a little bit more bite. And then from the E7, then we go to our C sharp 7 that we're kind of using for our accents in the verse. And then we do another C sharp 7, but then we go to an F sharp major chord. So we kind of set it up just like the F sharp minor with the 2nd fret bar. 2nd finger goes to the G string on the 3rd fret. 3rd finger on the A string 4th fret, and the pinky on the D string 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F sharp major chord. That sounds really, really happy. And then from the F sharp major, we'll be going to a D sharp minor chord, where you could do a bar on the 6th fret, 2nd finger on the B string on the 7th fret, 3rd finger on the 8th fret D string, and the pinky on the G string on the 8th fret. And you strum all those together, that sounds a D sharp minor chord. Now you could kind of lift off the pinky of that and make that a D sharp minor 7 too. That could be kind of a cool voicing. So we tried our bridge, we could add basses to those too. And on the F sharp major, just like the minor chord, you'd have the low E string for the bass. And on the D sharp minor chord, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the C sharp 7, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the E7, you'd have the low E for the bass. So we tried the kind of that bridge part, our transition first chorus. But kind of going through that part, you'd have the F sharp minor, B7, F sharp minor, B7, F sharp minor, sharp 7, F sharp major, D sharp minor 7, to kind of lead us into our next verse chorus. And our next verse chorus is kind of now in the key of G sharp minor instead of F sharp minor. So we're going to take in a lot of those shapes that we were just doing and then kind of moving them around. So we start on a G sharp minor chord. When we play G sharp minor, 1st finger goes across the entire 4th fret, 3rd finger on the A string on the 6th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 6th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G sharp minor chord. It sounds really sad. Now you could also lift off the pinky of that and make that a G sharp minor 7, or even add in the pinky on the B string on the 7th fret and kind of work that as a G sharp minor 7. And then from there we go to our C sharp 7, and then we go back to G sharp minor, and then we go back to C sharp 7. We do that 4 times. And at the end, instead of an E major chord, now we go F sharp major, and then we go to a D sharp minor, and then we go to F sharp major, and then we go to D sharp minor, and then we go back to F sharp major, and then we do our kind of that hit at the end, but now it's on an E diminished chord, where we could do the 1st finger across the entire 6th fret, 3rd finger on the D string on the 6th or 8th fret, pinky on the B string 8th fret, and kind of add in the 2nd finger on the A string 7th fret. And that's an E diminished chord. And you could work that as kind of that down, up, down, up. And then when you lift that 2nd finger, that's a D sharp 7 chord. It kind of work for our accent at the end of our verse chorus. So we tried that next verse chorus with kind of our basses. Actually, our basses would be in the same place. Our G sharp minor's on the low E string, and the C sharp 7 would be on the A string. So you have G sharp minor, C sharp 7, G sharp minor, 7, G sharp minor, C sharp 7, and F sharp major, D sharp minor, F sharp major, D sharp minor, F sharp major, and then E diminished. that verse chorus. And so we'd be back into that same form. So we have our G sharp minor, C sharp 7, 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 F sharp, G sharp minor, F sharp, G sharp minor, F sharp, E diminished, G sharp 7, to lead us into kind of our outro vamp. And on our outro vamp, actually, we just kind of go back and forth between the G sharp minor and the C sharp. So it's kind of just this alternating between the G sharp minor and C sharp 7, G sharp minor, C sharp 7, G sharp minor, C sharp 7, G sharp minor, C sharp 7. Just kind of keep that going and kind of work a fade. But I think for myself, actually, I want to kind of work a big F sharp at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. So good luck!